So with the changes to armor being less and buffing the damage the enemies deal being more, sometimes you run into moments like these. Excuse me?
I feel safe in here. I'm safe, chat. Everything is safe. I'm not safe anymore.
But don't you worry, I have the ultimate armor tier list for you this patch. Now there is some specific defensive armor in the Superstore right now, the B24 Enforcer. At the time of posting this, there will be probably a day and 5 hours left. What this armor is medium explosive resistance, but if you notice, this is actually 129 armor rating, so it gives you more actual headshot resistance compared to normal medium armor. Go get this armor right now. We're gonna rank this armor specifically in the tier list as well. I highly recommend trying this one. I tried it earlier on bots and it felt great. And there is actually some usefulness for explosive resistance on bugs that you may not know about. So before we get into the tier list though, be sure to check out today's video sponsor, Instant Gaming. We do this sponsor on the channel all the time, and plenty of my Discord uses this website. It is legit. They get their keys straight from the source, and they have plenty of video games that you were gonna buy anyway. For example, Space Marine 2, they've got a new content drop coming this month. Right now they're available on PC and Xbox Series S, and they've also got amazing older games for cheap, like the Helldivers 1 Digital Deluxe Edition, which comes with all the DLC for less than $5, so be sure to check them out in the description. With that being said though, let's talk about the different armors. Let me just show off the passive on this one. It is Fortified, which is 50% explosive resistance. And let's go ahead and just rank all the armors this patch in Helldivers 2. Now, if they do happen to tweak the enemy health and stuff like that, then obviously heavy armor will hopefully feel better in the next couple patches. They went a little overboard with some of the enemy damage changes in my opinion, but for now it is what it is. I'm just gonna be trying to give you guys advice. So the way I set this tier list up is a bot section, which I always recommend either medium or heavy armor on bots. So very few people like to run light, and they swear by it, but I definitely recommend medium or heavy. And then with bugs, you mostly want to run light, but some people like to run medium. Even I like running medium sometimes because it's a bit tankier. And then we've just got S through B tier, a democracy tier for good old democracy protects, and then the dog duckus doo-doo trash tier. So let's just go ahead and stick democracy protects in democracy tier, because the people who love gambling love this armor, and pretty much everyone else doesn't use this armor. It is what it is. Then we've got the scout armor, which is gonna go into the bots tier. It's honestly S tier for bots if you're more accustomed to a stealth play style. And a lot of these scout players even play light scout. Although at the same time, if you don't play stealth at all, then this armor really probably isn't for you. But even if you just wanna mix a little bit of stealth into your gameplay, like maybe you wanna sneak past this patrol coming up, then it's honestly not a bad choice. It's very strong. Next, we've got the servo assisted, which also provides 50% limb health. Now, this doesn't work like the vitality booster. It does not give you any extra health at all. Really, all this does is lets you throw stratagems further, and to be honest with you, I don't even think it prevents breaks that much anymore. With that being said though, this is one of my go-to armors against the bots, because number one, you can throw barrages further, but number two, with thermite being as good as it is, you can throw thermite pretty dang far. You can actually running dive throw thermite about 120 meters, which is absolutely insane. Next, we've got the med armor. This is just gonna go into S tier. I would say it's more of a bug armor, but it's also S tier on bots. This armor is great. With all the damage we're taking, just get more stims. And then we've got the engineering kit, and again, in the S tier for both factions, because you get to carry 2 more thermites with you, or 2 more stuns, or 2 more gas, or for some of you who like the new frag grenades, 2 more frags. It's really a never go wrong choice. Next, we've got extra padding. Now, this was actually one of my go-to armors last patch. I'm gonna be dropping it down into the A tier. What I will say is I specifically have Fortified Commando, which is heavy padded armor. This armor right here, 200 armor rating with padding. If you're playing against bots, bring the supply pack with this one. And ever since the latest patch, instead of the Michelin Man armor, we're gonna be referring this as the Moo Dang armor. So honestly, we should probably make a Moo Dang tier, but this is good for bots when I'm running supply pack because you are trading a lot of speed when you're running heavy armor. But at the same time, if you have a supply pack with you, you have tons of extra stims to heal it back up. And this does stop me from getting, like, you know, just deleted a bunch of different times. Also, another shout out to a different heavy armor, which is the light gunner. This is another padded armor. This is light armor, which is padded. Now, I actually was testing this armor earlier on the bugs, and you can see I had a tiny little sliver of health gone. Oh, let me move my camera. I had a tiny little sliver of health gone, and I actually survived 2 hits from a stalker.
Thought we got rid of the nest. Oh no, the stalker nest is still alive.
And you might be saying, so what? It's only 2 hits. But here's the thing. Normally you would die in 2 hits. So the fact I survived 2 hits, I was able to run away and stim, and I survived. So it turns all the 2 hits into 3 hits pretty much. And that is a pretty solid bug armor right now. Then we've got Peak Physique, our 3rd S tier armor. You guys all know Peak Physique gives you better weapon handling, great with the Jarred Dominator, the Stalwart, the AMR, guns like that. Obviously, it's niche. It could technically go into a niche tier, but for the guns that you want it on, it is amazing. Then we've got Inflammable Fire Resistance. I'm gonna stick this into the bugs tier. And yes, I agree. It should be 100% fire resistance. Why would you take Inflammable over the medic armor? And let me tell you why. Because all of your frickin' friends' laser buddy who is setting you on fire and killing you. Now, it will deal damage to you, but the fire dot won't finish you off. Also, if we're being honest, on bugs, everybody brings napalm or orbital napalm. Plenty of people bring flamethrowers. Heck, you could wear this on Ember right now, which is a fire bots planet with fire tornadoes, and you can just go survive flame hulks. Inflammable probably should be 100% fire resistance, but it's not, and for what it's worth, you can actually survive some of your teammates' fire shenanigans. Next, we've got the arc resistance and gas resistance. Guess what? Both of these into Dog Dookus Doodoo F tier trash. Just don't even use these armors. They are very, very bad. Then we've got the fortified. Now, when it comes to everything except for the armor I showed that's in the Superstore, I'm gonna be throwing this into A tier. Now, here is some technology that you may not have known about. On the bug side of things, anything that knocks you back actually counts as splash. So notably, bile from bile spewers and bile titans count as explosive damage. Another thing is when the impaler tentacle slams and doesn't direct hit you and knocks you back, that counts as explosive damage. I am pretty sure stalker tongues count as explosive damage. The last one might be a conspiracy theory, but bile definitely does, and I have died to an impaler and it said death by explosion before. There are more things on the bugs that count for explosive damage than you may realize. This is actually a relatively solid defensive armor. I am actually gonna go try this armor on the bugs next time I'm streaming, so be sure to turn on notifications because I stream on this YouTube channel. And here is our tier list. We're gonna stick that Enforcer armor that's in the Superstore up into the bots tier. And basically it is what it is. Really the only bad armors are the resistance armors. Honestly, Inflammable is on the line here, but if you are sick of dying to laser buddies, try this armor out and you will thank me. And Democracy Protects is like niche because some people like it. And here are all of the main tiers if you'd like to pause the video. I'll also go ahead and post this in my Discord, so link in the pinned comment for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time I'm out.